group of 10 of us, 8th graders, was in her basement after all of us, too old for trick-or-treating, sat around eating the candy we had just collected, going door to door in homemade costumes anyway. It had grown dark outside. The half-hidden sun no longer sent light through the basement well windows. Shonda liked it that way. She wanted it to feel like we were in a dimly lit nightclub like the ones we saw in the movies and on television. Some of the latest R&B slow jams played from the radio. Some of us hummed along to the songs, and a few coupled up and started slow dancing, shamelessly grinding hip to hip in front of everybody. A fresh song by Boyz II Men came on, and Dante, a 14-year-old high school freshman I had known since we were young kids, asked me to dance. Dante wasn't fly. He was hardly even cute with his oblong, stretched head that matched his straight and lean body. His arms easily wrapped around my waist, bringing me close. His body settled into the tenderness of the flesh of my hips and thighs. "You looking good lately, sugar," he whispered. His breath smelled of a chocolate and peanut candy bar. "Thank you," I giggled. His hand moved up and down my spine. "I'll make love to you," he sang along with Nate, Wayna, Sean, and Michael. "If you want me to." "I like this song," I told him suggestively. I had never been touched by a boy, and even though I didn't love the way his body felt pressed into mine, Shonda had told me how good some of the boys made her feel when they laid on top of her. I questioned if I would ever be touched again, if I didn't offer to Dante what I knew Shonda gave to boys. "You want to go to the closet?" I looked toward the corner storage room to which Dante referred. I had never been inside the space, but imagined it to be a filthy, dusty area filled with old, unwanted items that hadn't yet been delivered to the Goodwill. Still, I eagerly told him yes. Inside the cramped space, we nestled against a stack of used, down-filled winter coats. I knew what was about to happen, and only a few minutes later, I learned the moment was not how Shonda had described it. I hadn't experienced sparkles like she said she did. I had only felt pain, and even if there hadn't been any discomfort, I hadn't liked the way Dante moved inside my body. I would forever remember my first sexual experience as unfulfilled and confusing. I was left with a cramped neck, stiffness in my hips, and no desire to allow another man inside of me. I had my clothes back on and was out of Shonda's house before Dante had a chance to ask me for another forgettable encounter. Back at home in my room, I turned on my stereo and bumped up the volume to Aaliyah's Back and Forth, a jam everyone had bumped in their cars and portable CD players that summer. Not only did we love the song for her innocent, whisper-like voice, but because Chicago's own R. Kelly had his hand in bringing her music to the world. I sang with her, louder and more powerful than her soft-spoken melody. Leaning against my wall with my eyes shut tight, I belted the words from somewhere so deep within I almost hadn't recognized the sound that came from my mouth. The energy was like a steady push upward under my diaphragm and ribs, a rush that forced its way from the depths inside of me as if it had been waiting years to exit and reveal its power. The surge was so intense, the stirring I felt ecstatic. I sang song after song until I became exhausted from the exertion of both physical and emotional energy. As soon as I collapsed on my bed, Mama opened my door. Her eyes red and shiny with tears. She held me in her arms. "It's all right, baby girl. It's all right." I didn't have to tell her I just had sex for the first time. She knew. My mama's instincts had always been keen. When I was younger and had snuck cookies or potato chips to bed at night, I'd be just about to munch on my first bite when she'd enter the room, snatched the snack out of my hand, and walked out of the room without a word. Then there was a time when I had tried to hide a bad test